Hey everyone, how is everyone doing today? So Katana, are you here? You have not missed me. Hey Anna May, how is everyone doing? How are you doing today? We were just chatting. Jade, Mary, hey guys. Who is here? Hanser, Monica, hey guys. So guys, today I want to share with you what happened last night and how it's really changed my life. And the reason I want to share with you what happened last night was because it was something that really hit me profoundly and made me realize why we do what we do. So Katana, you made it, you're here. So Angie, how are you feeling today? Angie and I did a 2-hour intensive yesterday, which was super powerful. So tell me Angie, hello. Okay. So yeah, I want to share this with you because I think it's so powerful. And I think also we learn through stories. And I think it's super powerful to, sometimes it's easy to read it in the book. But yesterday I had the opportunity to really apply it in my life. Yes, we had a 2-whole-hour intensive. So I'm curious to know how Angie is doing today. So let me just share with you. Before I do, guys, make sure you invite your friends and followers to the scope. Just press the little guy right there and share the scope with your friends, your people, anybody you would like to. I would really appreciate it. And let's get started. Let me share with you. So guys, yesterday I had a webinar, right? It was a clearing webinar with my new group coaching program called Money Flow Mastery. And honestly, yesterday was a very interesting day. This whole week has been super interesting, and I think it's interesting that Mary's here too, because we were just chatting about that too, right, Mary? About resistance and all of it. And this week I started noticing a lot of resistance in me. And I think I've noticed that whenever you upgrade, whenever I at least upgrade in my life, whenever I go for the next level, I commit to something that's really going to help me and benefit me, I always experience resistance. Slow chatter, no worries. Okay, I always experience resistance. So last week, guys, I have committed I joined a program, a coaching program, which is kind of like a coaching and training program. I joined a program which basically, it's to train for races. It's very random, right? Train for races. But calm, drinking lots of water, great. Cool, Angie, you're getting more center. That's exciting. Cool. Thanks for sharing. You rock. All of you guys rock. This is so cool. Okay, this is a party here. Train for what? So training for races. So for racing, 5K. So I've committed, literally. I've said yes to train for a 5K race. And with this group, with this team, with this program, we're actually going to be racing together twice a year. I don't have a job. I have my own business, and I don't know who you are, Aaron. So, and it's interesting because I have not been I've never trained. I've never been an exercise person. I had a personal trainer recently, and I love exercising, yoga, and for those of you who want to know more about exercise and training, all that, you guys should follow Mary Thompson, who is in this scope, who is brilliant in all of these things. She does really cool videos. So if you guys are interested in that, go check her out. Go follow her on Facebook. She does really cool stuff. And so last week I committed to this. And the reason I committed to this and I said yes to this program, and I said yes to join, and I joined, I made the deposit, I did this program. The reason I said yes to it, because I was noticing in me, I started becoming super comfortable. You're welcome, Mary. I started becoming super comfortable where I was at in my business. Say her name. So that's the one who just posted above. Mary J. Thompson. So at Mary J. Thompson. Mary, why don't you put your full name in the chat and so people can find you on Facebook. Or guys, for those of you who are in my Facebook group, Live Your Passions and Follow Your Butterflies, Mary's there too. So Mary, if you want to just post it in the group, I'm the trainer or whatever, so people can go follow you, it would be great. So I basically joined because I was ready. I knew I was getting comfortable, and I know what being comfortable does to me. I was getting very comfortable in my finances. I had more than enough. It was everything was feeling very comfortable. So I knew it was time for me to up level. And I think it's so important to always remind yourself when things are too comfortable, it's not you're staying stuck, but I truly believe you either grow or you die. There's no such thing as staying stagnant. Either stagnant doesn't exist. Either you're growing or dying, because the world is moving forward. And I was noticing myself feeling very comfortable. And then, so basically that's why I committed. And the reason I committed other than that was because I wanted to go to that next level in my mindset. You know, I say teach mindset, I follow mindset, all of these things, right, Aname? And I knew that I wanted to take that next, this is really interesting, Katana. Let me share with you the story. It's super interesting. And I wanted to take that next level in mindset. And my own coach actually trains for races. And she's been talking since a few months how training for races really helps us like work her mindset, see her blocks in her training. So because everything in life, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you notice yourself like in your training or whatever it is in your life that you are not doing well or whatever, it's the same thing in your business. So many times, so she was teaching us about this and talking about this, how in her training she was noticing her like weaknesses and how it was showing up in her business. And what happens in our business, we're emotionally attached to it. She explains, right? She says how we're so emotionally attached to our business, and sometimes looking at it and being aware in our business of our patterns and our mindset is very challenging, right? And it's very emotional for us. Like if someone tells us something that you're not being consistent in our business, we get triggered because it's very close to our heart. Like it's our business, it's money. Money is a very emotional topic as well for us, for many people, right? So that's why I committed to this. And I'm gonna give you a little bit of background. Like I've never trained for a race before. I've never done a race before. And Mary was actually telling me how, you know, it's important to train if you're gonna do a 5K race. And that's really why, guys, I committed to this last year. For those of you who are on my email list, you'll be seeing the whole story as well. I sent an email out about that, how I said yes to this. And once I said yes, and I committed, I paid all of it. Like, I had a call with the trainer who gave me my plan, and obviously, she was looking at all the things I'd done and what I'd not done, and like, she was like, you know, like coaching me on it. And I was like, wow. At the moment, I was really excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm doing a new program. I'm going to train for races. I'm going to get more fit. I'm going to up-level my mindset. I'm going to become stronger in my endurance and, you know, be more of a go-getter. It's going to help my clients. Intense, right? And then, guys, let me tell you what happened. I started getting scared. I started feeling like, oh my God, I'm actually gonna, like, the excitement was like going away, and I was like, oh my God, I'm actually gonna train for a race. I'm actually gonna run. Like, this is not a joke. Like, I'm committing. Like, and I'm a person who, when I commit, I don't like to back out. And I was feeling that fear, you know? And it's interesting because I've noticed in my life, whenever I up level or make a decision or anything like that big, which this was for me like that, right? Last week, like resistance shows up. Resistance shows up because so many times when we want something, our ego is like, our mind, right, is so used. And this is what I've learned and noticed. Our mind wants to keep us safe. So sometimes our mind, to protect us, will try to sabotage what's the new thing. So for me, for example, like to train and all of this is new. So my mind was like, no, you shouldn't train. That's going to take time out of your business. You're going to be too tired every day. Like all these things are coming in my mind. And I was like, wow, like I'm so grateful that I'm aware of this. And I was like, wow, all these crazy thoughts. Like, it just started tapping. I started doing all the things that I teach you guys, right? And I myself do every time. But I was like, this is so interesting. Like, and the reason I share this with you guys today is because whenever we up level, things happen, you know, like the resistance shows up. It can manifest as thoughts. It can manifest as resistance. It can manifest as shame, as bad feelings. It can manifest of us being small, playing small and hiding. You know, that happens a lot. I used to hide a lot. As well, whenever I used to get scared, instead of confronting and being like, okay, this is my problem, you know, I'm feeling this way, what can I do, what should I do, asking for help, I used to hide. And the reason I share this, guys, because this happens a lot. So whenever you find yourself up leveling, right, many of you in this scope right now have actually joined me, right, in the Money Flow Mastery program, which is a year-long program. That's my reaction, hiding. And it's normal, Mary. I was the same person, which is funny because I think you need to go through it so you as a coach, right? And you as a trainer can see it in other people. I'm sure you being a trainer, you can see it in people that are like making excuses and not wanting to train and all of that, right? And I cried and complained, had an ugly face. Yes. So it's interesting because I started, you know, I've always been like, I've been walking this year. I've been, you know, with my personal trainer, but like I'm taking it more seriously. So me being part of this program, it's like now non-negotiable. I cannot tell my trainer like, no, I don't want to train today. Because guess what? I was doing that. And I noticed within me that I was so strong this year. Like it was in October last year. I hired a personal trainer here in Panama. And she was coming to see me twice a week. And I was super consistent, focus. And then I moved. And stuff, and like things were going, like I became very busy, and guess what happened? I told her no. I told her, like, you know what, forget it. I'm going to be traveling now. I'm launching a new program. I'm too busy. I started making excuses. So that's why I joined this program too, because it's going to have accountability in all of it. And for those of you, again, who have joined me, might be feeling resistant, might be feeling like, oh my God, I've just committed to a year-long program, I'm scared, and the thoughts coming up, wanting to back out comes up, like all these fears come up. So yesterday night, like this whole week and last week, it's been like that very interesting stuff coming up for me. Like I feel like all like the stuff was coming up for me, and I've been doing like tapping every day for myself, because I was able to see it. And anytime you up level, like these blocks come up. So I was working on it so it doesn't catch me and make me stop. Like I was at least able to be aware, which is the amazing part of this journey. And I know all of you guys here are aware. Exactly, Anna May. And then last night, when I was doing, we had a clearing webinar with the people in the Money Flow Mastery program. It's a bonus webinar because the program actually starts in June, but we did this webinar yesterday. And in this webinar, something that came up for many, and actually it's interesting that it came up for many because it was something that I was thinking as well, was the fact of being present, was about being present and being grateful. And it's something like, it's so simple. It's something like, yeah, of course, you gotta be grateful, you gotta be present. But it's like, no, you really gotta be present and grateful, especially when you're up leveling. Especially when you're going through things, you gotta be present and grateful. And last night, while we were during this webinar, and in the webinar, I was like, wow, like, we gotta be grateful. And then we finished the webinar, and I was talking to Carla, my team member, and I was just telling her, like, wow, this is a freaking amazing program. This webinar was like one of the best webinars that I have ever done. I feel like so powerful. And I was telling her, like, I think the beauty of all of it was because all of us were being present with each other. We were practicing gratitude. And these are simple things that we know to practice, but we don't do it. And then it reminded me how, and it changed me, because after that webinar, I was like, I felt like the shift. And for those of you who were there last night, right? Anna May and there, who else was there? And Angie, you guys were there, and Carla, you guys, sorry about that, I just twisted the thing. And you guys must have felt that, right? Didn't you guys feel the shift? And I swear, like yesterday, I swear, like my whiteboard, yes, my energy shifted. And I was like, wow. And it just made me realize, like, so many times when we're building our businesses, when we're launching something new, when we're joining a new program, all of these things, right? So it's so powerful to be in present moment, right? It's super, super powerful. Hey guys, yes. It felt good, yeah. Yes, like Katana, like something, I don't know what it was. Like that webinar was so amazing. So when I finished the webinar, I was like, wow, you know, we go through these things, we go through these stops, these hiding, these resistance, all of it. But at the end of the day, when we like get what we're meant to do, when we focus on the purpose, when we focus on being of service, when we focus on just being present, being grateful, like it's just amazing and how beautiful life can actually be. And it was like, yesterday I was like, wow, like I am just so grateful for everything that's happened. And even though things that have happened that I was not happy about, and a lot of resistance showing up for me personally, I'm just so grateful for all of that, because it just makes me be even more grateful for today. And today I was speaking to George, for those of you who know him, who's part of the team, and he's like, you know what, sometimes you got it. We were just talking about it, and he was like, you know, sometimes we got to experience what we don't want, and the resistance and the blocks and not having the money and not being able to have the time, all these things, so we can really appreciate and savor and be grateful when we do have these things. And I was remembering, you're welcome, Jane. I was remembering like the first time when I moved out from my home, I was literally staying in a room. And it's amazing because it was one small room, like everything was super shared. I was sharing the bathroom with like 6-7 people. And it was just super interesting, the whole experience. But that experience has taught me to really appreciate what I have today, right? The space I have today, like I have a whole office for myself, like a whole room for myself, just for my office, just for my work, right? And it's just so amazing. Aname. So yeah, so even though you're going through, and I guess this is the message of today, guys, if you're going through like tough times, resistance, because guess what? You up-leveling, you're going to face resistance. So many times people feel like it has to be smooth, but guess what? It's not smooth. I know many of you who are joining and who are thinking of joining Money Flow Mastery might be experiencing resistance. Maybe you made the decision to join and resistance shows up. Like I had a girl that she had some, like she was going to make the payment, the deposit, and she had some issue with the bank. And then she was consistent and following up with them, and something happened, and then she's like, you know what? This might not be for me. And I'm like, look, it might not, it might be. What I do know is we tend to stop. We tend to stop when things don't go right, when things are challenging. But I told, like, I know that if you follow through this, because you had made the decision to join and you want to do this, if you follow through this block, whatever it is, it's just a communication stuff, like I know you can go to the other side, right? And it's same with us, like for us getting clients, for those of you who are growing your business or whatever, like sometimes you may feel stuck, sometimes you may, right, Monica? Sometimes you might feel like, oh my God, I got a client, but she said no, and then again I did it, and then again I got a no, and you're like, oh my God, but you know what? Like all of this is training you and teaching you, and you're learning, it's all a learning experience, right? But it's also training you to stick to it. And it's same like with my training practice that I'm committing to, right? Like there's days like this, like today actually, I didn't want to wake up early and I didn't want to exercise. But I knew like I'm in a plan now, I need to, you know, I need to focus and I need to train, I need to be able to do, right? The race in November, which I'm going to be doing in November. Like I cannot just say, oh, I don't feel like training today, I'm going to skip it. I had to like force myself to wake up and be like, no. And part of me, like my mind was going crazy in the morning. It was like, part of me was like, no, you should sleep because you did a clearing webinar yesterday. You must be tired. You did a clearing webinar and you did a clearing intensive, Shana. You should be tired. You should sleep an extra hour. My other mind's like, no, Sharina, your mind's trying to trick you. Like you gotta do it. You committed, make it happen. And you know, so many times, right? Sometimes we need that voice to be like, do it. But sometimes we can stay stuck in the mind and stay stuck and think of doing something and not do it. And what I've learned with today morning and with everything in my business, right, Katana? What I learned in my business, and I'm seeing how, you know, it's the same thing with the training, and my coach is right. You gotta start moving, because when you start moving, you don't let that mind that block you or make you like spiral and make you be like, because you know, you honestly know the truth. You know what you want, you know what you don't want. The rest is excuse. The rest is honestly excuse. Like I get a lot of people saying like, I can't afford it, I can't do it, and I'm like, look, I'm not asking you if you can afford it or not. Most probably, many other people who are doing the Money Flow Mastery Program cannot afford it, because that's why it's the Money Flow Mastery Program. Because if you can't afford it, this program is more than ever for you, because it's going to help you with that, right? And you guys yesterday saw how it's going to help you. And it's not, and sometimes we use money as an excuse, right? Which is something that I've been trying to learn. We like to move, exactly. We use money as an excuse. So the question is not if you can afford it or not. And this is just like in the program or anything else in your life. It's, do you want it, yes or no? And if you want something, you go for it. You start moving. You don't need to know when or how it's going to happen. You just know you want it. You got to be very clear and definite on what you want, and you just got to move. And something that Oprah says, right, that I heard the other day, she mentioned, she talks about how she hates doing exercise. She hates exercising. But she says that she loves the way she feels after exercising. And it's the same with business. It's the same with the money work, guys. Nobody likes to do the money work and make the shift and make the investment and go for it and put yourself out there and put yourself in stress and call the banks. Like, it's very uncomfortable, right? But trust me, the way you will feel after the webinar, as an example, yes, for those of you who are part of it, like the way you feel after you do the work, you do the tapping, you make the commitment, you move forward is amazing. That's what you strive for. You strive for that feeling. You don't strive for the work you need to do, because honestly, guys, even I don't feel like doing all the exercise that I now have committed to do. But guess what? I know that every time, like today I went for a walk, like a power walk, and I felt so good after. I was like, I'm so glad I woke up early and you know, fought that mind and did it. So I wanted to share this with you guys because it was something that yesterday that I was thinking about and really changed me. It really made me realize, first of all, gratitude. the importance of gratitude. It made me realize the importance of being present with whatever you're doing, whatever goal you have. If it's to run in a 5K, if it's to build a 5K monthly income business, if it's to be happy, if it's to shift, if it's whatever your goal is, like you decide what your goal is. I'm not going to be the person or anybody else should be putting the goals on you. You know your goals and you know what you want. If you look within, you will know that answer. You will know that. But what's important, guys, what's super duper important is for you to commit to that result. And when you commit to that result, you will do what it takes, because the rest is steps. And one step you might get stuck, the next step you might get stuck, but something that really, really helps in that journey is accountability, is having someone you could reach out and say like, look, I'm feeling stuck, I'm feeling shame, help me. And that's such a good strategy. That's such a good, powerful method. Like whenever I feel stuck, I don't stay and be like, oh, I'm stuck. I call someone. I call my accountability partner. I call my coach. I call I call George. Like, hey, help me. I'm feeling like I'm in a rut. I'm feeling like I'm complaining too much. Help me shift this. And sometimes asking for that help is so important. So yes, guys, I wanted to share that with you today because I think it's so important. It's also amazing how one thing can really, and also when you reach starting to work my money flow muscle. Exactly, Katana, exactly. And it's like, you started like with money, and I'm going to give you the example with money because that's what I've been studying and all of that. Through resistance gets results. Exactly, Jade. So for those of you who are looking to master your money flow, guess what? I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to face a lot of resistance. You're going to make a decision to make an investment, and then all things will go, all the financial, like hell will go loose. You'll get an unexpected bills. Like these things will happen. Why not to make it harder for you? But it's just part of the resistance, part of what happens. But you got to challenge, you got to like bust through it. You know, when I started my business, I had a client named Nicole. And she, like, it's amazing because when she made the decision to do the coaching with me, she had decided to do, I think it was a 3-month program at the time, or 6 months. She ended up doing like a year with me at the end. But her first commitment to me, or to the program she did with me, was a 3-month program. And when she committed, she said yes on the phone. Like we like, you know, organized the details. I think something happened to her car, and she wasn't able to get the car somewhere else. Like she got into this mini accident, like super mini, nothing happened to her. And I was like laughing because like, wow, the resistance showing up so strong here. And it happens all the time with my clients. Like, Anna May can share with you her story. Like she committed and all these things started happening. But in a way, these things that start happening when you commit to whatever it is you want, it's a blessing. It's good. You know why? Because it's teaching you what you need to fix within you. When this resistance shows up, when these blocks show up, you grab it and you start clearing it. You work on it. You call for help, because when you clean that, when you clear that out and you work it, it's gonna get you to what you want, right? At the end of the day, which is the important part of it all. So, guys, share with me, what did you get out of this scope? I know I shared with you this whole long story and my experience last night, and I know many of you were on that webinar last night, which is super powerful. My resistance is procrastination. Yes, Jade, and we will procrastinate. We'll be like, oh, we'll do this tomorrow, we'll do this tomorrow. And I caught myself this week. I was procrastinating on answering some emails that I had left in my inbox on Friday. I usually try to like clean my inbox every Friday and every day. That's always like part of my intention. And then my inbox was like growing, and I was not cleaning up. And I'm like, I'm resisting this. And it all started showing up, guys, again, when I made the commitment to up level, right? And I joined the program. So be aware, be aware, right, Misty? And share with me, you guys, that's why this interactive and fun for you. Where do you feel is your resistance? Like, what do you feel is your resistance? Is it like procrastination, like Jade shared? Is it hiding? Is it shame? Is it all? And it's not like to pinpoint you guys and be like, you're shameful. No, it's really for you to be aware and being open with it. Because when you be open with it, you're able to clear it. Expect resistance and stuff coming up. Commit and don't worry about the how. Exactly, Kim. I personally in the morning is the same practice. I'll do it later. Jade. So that's a good realization, because now you know you're the person who does it later. So don't do it. Set yourself deadlines. Have accountability partner, which you will be assigned one in the program, to help you with that. Procrastination and visibility, hiding and procrastination, amazing. So you guys, if you know this is where you got to work on, right? Start tapping for procrastination, start tapping for these stuff, and be aware, right? You guys are super aware people, which I love of you guys. Like, when you're aware, like, oh my God, I'm procrastinating, do something to change it, right? Progress by finding something else that's important and hiding. I do that too. I was procrastinating on my emails. I wasn't answering my messages like for 2-3 days, and I was like, I usually don't do that. I usually schedule a time in my calendar to do my emails. And it's interesting, it happens. So be aware. I think it's a beautiful word, to be aware. And something that will really help you bust through that resistance, anything that shows up for you, the hiding, the shame, the procrastination, the anxiety, the fear, the stress, all of these things that do show up, is clutter in my office, Katana. Interesting. So clear that clutter, Katana. All of it. I think clutter is a really interesting thing, because when we are cluttered in our minds, it does show up in physical clutter. Like, I notice myself whenever I have my closet cluttered up, like it's because I'm cluttered here. Whenever I see clean, like it's we manifest. It's amazing. Yes, tap on procrastination, guys. And again, the thing that really helps you bust through these resistance, which is normal when you up level, when you are going for, like, in the Money Flow Mastery Program, my team and I, like, we're so prepared for all the resistance that's going to show up. And there's a lot of people who will be showing up a little bit of resistance. And we're prepared. You know why? Because we knew you guys are up leveling, being part of this program. You're committing to something big. You're committing to your money flow and creating your business. We are prepared for it. We know that this is going to happen. And we're fully equipped to help you through that, because if we let you go and we let you sit in the resistance and sit in the procrastination, this shame, you will not move forward. When we stay with you in that and move you forward, you are able to get what you want, because that's really sometimes what's blocking you from getting what you want. I clean my closet today to get rid of stuckness. Awesome, Mary. That's great. Fear, hiding, resistance. When time for next step. Interesting, guys. So again, I don't know why I didn't say it, but what will help you get through the resistance, what I learned, what I had a big realization yesterday in yesterday's webinar, and everyone as well, when everyone did as well, is being grateful and being present. When you're grateful and you're present in the moment, you won't feel the resistance as much. So yesterday and the day before, I was practicing gratitude and presentness, like even today, and I'm just feeling so much better. But guess what? The resistance is still showing up. I'm seeing it. But it's like now it's not affecting me, because I'm just in the energy of gratitude and being present, and that's the beauty. Jade, totally. It's amazing. It's amazing. I totally believe in that, actually, Jade, because this program really was a download. It was like, I think I've told you and shared this story. Like, it was a Sunday afternoon that I wrote the whole sales page. I wrote everything that we were going to do in the program, like, in one afternoon. And it just came, and I feel like maybe many of you guys are praying for something like this, and it just came through me. So that's the other thing, right? When you know you're meant for something big, if it's to race for a 5K or create your business or make money, whatever it is, there's a reason for it. If you're feeling called to help people in, like Mary, who wants to help people in health, like, there's a reason for it. There's people out there who actually need and are praying for her help. So you got to follow that calling. Even though when you follow that calling, it's going to be, the resistance is going to show up. Don't get scared. This is like you got to know it's going to happen. Don't be surprised when something like resistance shows up, because it's going to happen, and prepare for it. Be grateful in the journey, have the accountability, have your coach, your mentor to guide you, and be present in that journey, in that resistance, and trust me, with those pieces, you will go through. So let's do a little practice around that, about being grateful, and let's just share in this chat today in Scope, what are you grateful for? Okay, we did this yesterday in the webinar. It was very, very cool, very powerful, very shifting. Like, I could feel how the energy was being shifted in the webinar, the clearing webinar yesterday of the program. So what are you grateful for, guys? What are you grateful? Misty, Kim, Angie, Katana, Mary, Jade, what are you grateful for? I am grateful for being here with you guys today. I think it's such a blessing, honestly, to be here with you guys. I don't think it's a coincidence that we've both, attracted each other. When the coach is ready, the people appear. When the people are ready, the coach appears. Like, it's really, it has to happen both ways. So I'm really just grateful for that. And I'm grateful for Periscope. I think this whoever invented this application is brilliant. Like, we're able to communicate. We're able to connect in this way. It's just a blessing. So share with me, guys, what are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Being alive and transformation and you. Thank you, Kim. I'm grateful for you too. Katana, I'm grateful for the courage to express myself. Beautiful, Katana. I'm grateful for you, Sherna, and all the ladies on Follow Your Butterflies. Much love. Yes, beautiful. This is beautiful. And how are you guys feeling just being grateful? It's amazing. Gratitude is so simple, yet so powerful. Angie, I'm grateful for the awareness and all the knowledge you are sharing with us that helps us grow. You're welcome. I'm grateful for you, Shrina, for your grace and you're welcome, Mary. I'm grateful for you too, Mary. You helped me too today. Grateful for money flow and mindset shifts. Exactly, Misty. It's like, ding, it's like a shift. So I'm grateful for today's message on resistance. Yeah. And Katana, tell me something. Are you facing resistance? Like, I'm curious to know, because I know 2 days ago you joined Money Flow Mastery. You officially joined, and it's normal to face that. So I want to normalize this, because so many times we feel like the resistance is a sign from God and the universe to stop. You know, it could be, but if you know something is for you, why are you doubting your own self? You know, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your mind. Like, why would you be guided to do something and then like doubt on it? It's usually the mind. It's resistance. So always check yourself on that. Okay. I'm moving the energy now. Beautiful, Katana. Great. I am so happy for you. Awesome, guys. Well, it was such a pleasure doing the scope with you today. I think this message was really powerful. I really enjoyed, guys, sharing this with you. And I always enjoy doing the scopes for you guys. So if there's anything specific you guys would like to know about me, any questions you may have, you can write in the scope, or if not, share, like post it on the group, the Live Your Passions group, and share with me what would you like me to talk about on these scopes. I want to make sure that you get what you want from these scopes. And for anybody here who is feeling called to join us in Money Flow Mastery, the program that starts next month, you know, email me, message me, let's get you in. And you might not know how, when, maybe you're feeling resistance. Again, talking about resistance, maybe you know it's for you and you're just feeling so resistance to send an application in, or you're feeling so resistance to like send me that email or message, whatever it is for you. Do it, you know, face that resistance and go through it and do it, and don't procrastinate it. If you know you want it and you're waiting for the perfect time, do it. You know, sometimes it's like the more you procrastinate, the more crazy the mind goes, because when you're procrastinating, you're just you're on hold and it's going crazy. Sometimes it's better to move forward and go forward. So wherever you are and you're feeling called to join us in this program, which is going to be super amazing, like journey starts in June and it's going to be very, very powerful. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, you guys can go to moneyflowcoaching.com and check out this new program, which is a group coaching program to help you build your business and help you with your mindset. It's really a business program, but we do a lot of mindset work, because really that's what it is. When you have that, the business works because you are working, you know, you're feeling good, you're in the being state, because what's the point? You're following the steps, the strategy, which it works, but if you're not in the right mindset, it's like, you know. Awesome, guys. Great. Do group tapping on procrastination on next group. Jade, I love it. Jade, post that in the group, in the Facebook group, so I can have my team write it, so we can do that. Maybe we can do that tomorrow. Thank you, Carla, for posting the link. So guys, for those of you feeling called to join us and you have questions, maybe you have questions, you can just fill out the application. There's no strings attached. We can get on the phone and help you and see if this is the right fit for you, because it might not be, or it might be. You know, why lose an opportunity that might be great for you? And if you're feeling resistance to it, there's a reason for it. Maybe it's going to be something that's going to up-level you. So look within that resistance. What's coming up for you? Maybe you are resisting. And look at it. What's really going on for you there? So awesome, Jade. Thank you guys so much. Love to everyone here. It was such a pleasure being here with you guys. And Jade, I will definitely do the tapping on procrastination. I think that's a great, great subject. Actually, Carla, why don't you write that for us to do tomorrow? We can do that in tomorrow's scope, which, by the way, we'll be doing tomorrow's scope around this hour or earlier. And I'll let you guys know in the group. And again, a pleasure as always, and sending you lots of love. Fight that resistance. Not even fight. Fight is, I don't like that word, but like go through it. Be present. Like gratitude yourself out of the resistance. You know, be present yourself out through the resistance. It's going to help you so much. Katana, loves to you. Loves to everyone here. Kim, Jenny, all of you guys, awesome, beautiful people. So I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.